Before we get started, as you guys know, I keep it honest and transparent with you guys. This is a sponsored video because, you know, Christmas shopping. Just kidding. But my gosh, wasn't it more fun when you just received gifts instead of also buying them? This is one of the two videos that I'm doing for Ghost in the Shell standalone complex first assault online. Or in short, and this is a free-to-play game when it gets released. Currently, it's in the early access, which you can get. Check the link in the description. The game is made by the same guys that made Combat Arms, and in case you didn't know, Combat Arms was the first video commentary that I posted on this channel, so this is quite fitting for me. I actually really love Combat Arms. I played way too much Cabin Fever. However, we're not here to talk about the past. We're here to look at the current game, Ghost in the Shell, standalone, complex, first assault, online. Yeah, they might want to look at shortening that a little bit. What you're watching right now is Team Deathmatch, which was one of my favorite things to do back in Combat Arms, and it's probably my favorite thing to do in Ghost in the Shell. Why? Because it's fast-paced. Before we jump into gameplay, the idea of the game is based on the Ghost in the Shell anime series. If you watched it, you might recognize some of the characters. Players are able to become the original characters from the anime series. However, if you're like me and you did not see the anime series, you will not have a problem getting the hang of things because the game is pretty straightforward. For example, the character that I'm playing has a special skill or perk, which is Thermo Camo, aka almost invisible. You can see my outline if I'm moving, like an Alien versus Predator, but if I'm still, I can sneak up behind some people and get some nice knife kills. However, one thing you might notice sometimes is something that pops up called skill sync. What this means is, let's say player 1 has the skill or perk extra armor. Player 2 has faster movement speed, and player 3 has invisibility. The players can sync their skills, meaning, let's say they want to push and all of them want to have extra armor as player 1. They can sync skill to player 1, meaning all of them are gonna have extra armor. They can do the same thing for the guy with speed, and they can do the same thing for the guy with invisibility. I know some of you guys are thinking right now that that might be overpowered, but the game is balanced quite well to where you cannot spam it and you cannot overuse it. There is a cooldown for the perk and the sync, and you cannot abuse it every round. And you can only sync up to one at a time. You cannot stack them, so you cannot have armor and speed and invisibility and so on. The gameplay is pretty epic. Coming from Combat Arms and a lot of CSGO, this is fast-paced. I'd say it's closer to Call of Duty than CSGO or Battlefield. As a matter of fact, this actually feels like an older Call of Duty game, the ones that I actually enjoyed watching on YouTube, and they haven't gone overboard with flying on the walls, teleporting, insane amount of abilities and perks that take forever for you to learn the game. I was able in just a couple of hours to understand everything about the game and what goes where and how, except the maps. I'm still learning the maps. Sponsored or not, as a fan of Combat Arms, I like this game. I would play it even if I was not sponsored to try it out. I definitely recommend you guys to try it out when it's gonna come out, especially since it's gonna be a free-to-play game. However, if you want to try it out sooner, you can pre-order it and get the early releases and pre-register for the game. I have an extra key. I actually didn't ask him for any, but I have an extra key. If you guys are interested, leave a comment down below on YouTube, and I'm gonna pick a random winner in 2 days. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next week with part 2.
Your ops name is Tragmatza I love
Try that
mic,
again.
man.
Try it again, more confidently this time.
Tragmatza